Hi friends, today I am going to show you how to enable what I like to refer to as kid mode. It is technically called guided access. What guided access does is it basically traps your kids or locks your kids, your students, in an app. So say you have some students at a center using the iPad and you don't want them to get out of the app that you have them working in. You can enable guided access and that will basically lock them into that app, and I will show you exactly what I'm talking about here in just a minute. Before we get started, I do want to note that you will need iOS 6 on your iPad. If you have not updated your operating system to iOS 6, you definitely need to do that so you can enable guided access. It is not something that is available in versions that are later or earlier than iOS 6. So if you haven't updated yet, you'll want to go into your settings here and go on your General tab right here where it says Software Update. You want to click there, and I actually need to update to 6.0.1, but I do have iOS 6, so I am good to go. So you definitely want to do that before you do the guided access. So going back to our General tab here, to enable guided access, you're going to scroll down towards the bottom where it says Accessibility. Okay, and you're going to click right there on accessibility, and kind of down here towards the bottom you see under learning it says guided access. I currently have mine turned on, but the default is for it to be turned off. So you will need to click on guided access and make sure that this little switch up at the top is turned to on. Okay, once you do that, you're going to be prompted to set a passcode. Okay, so we need to go ahead and set that passcode. So you're going to click on Set Passcode. And just a word of note here, I would not use the passcode 1234, 4321, 5555. I wouldn't use anything simple like that that might be easy for the students to guess. I would use a set of 4-digit numbers that the students wouldn't be able to guess. So I am going to use 1103, and it's going to ask you to re-enter your passcode. So just enter the same passcode in again, and then that's it. You're good to go. So let's pretend that I have some students at a center, and I want them to work on an app. I'm going to put them in the, let's put them in the Edition, the McGraw-Hill Edition app. Okay, so I want my students, it's math rotation here, math center. I want them to stay locked inside this application. I don't want them to be able to get out of it, and like I said, go snooping around in my email or go into the App Store and downloading, other things, or going to the internet and looking at things that they shouldn't be looking at. So I'm going to enable guided access in this app. Okay, so that's something to note, is that you have to go into the app to enable it. Okay, so once you have the application open, you're going to triple click the home button to get guided access started. Okay, so we're going to click it 3 times. Okay, and this screen will appear. And so I'm just going to click Start, the blue Start button at the top right-hand corner here. Okay, so I'm going to click Start so that way guided access will get started. Okay, so now my students cannot get out of this app. So you're probably wondering, well, if my students can't get out of it, how in the world am I going to get out of it? Okay, well, all you need to do, and if you ever need a reminder, you can just click the home button 1 time, and it will say guided access is enabled. Triple click the home button to exit. Okay, so the same way that you got in is going to be the same way that you get out of guided access. So we're going to click the home button 3 times. Okay, and then the notification will pop up that you need to enter in your password. So even if students, can read that it says, oh, I got to triple click the home button to get out of guided access, they can triple click all day long. They will not be able to get out unless they know your passcode. So I'm going to enter in the passcode that I set back in my settings, and my passcode was 1103. and there you have it. So to end guided access, you will just click the end button at the top left-hand corner. If you don't want to end the guided access, you can always click the blue resume button at the top right-hand corner, but I'm going to go ahead and end the guided access. Just a word of note while I have this screen pulled up, the things at the bottom, I quite honestly, the options that you have here at the bottom, I have never even messed with them. I have never changed any of those settings, and I haven't messed with any of those settings. And guided access has worked just fine for me. So I wouldn't really worry too much about those options that are at the bottom of the screen. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and click end. And then there you have it. Guided access has ended. And now I can click the home button and get out of the application as usual. Okay, I hope that you have found this tutorial helpful and useful. I know this is something that was in the new software update that was a really great improvement, especially in the education world. It's something that a lot of teachers all over are really using, especially when they have their students in centers using the iPad.